Welcome to the world of exploration. Let's start exploring. Let's start learning. The middle level management. Middle level managers deal with the actual operations of the organization by coordinating with various departments. They are located in the organizational hierarchy below the top level management. They're responsible for the performance of managers at lower levels and are often designated as the director, manager, head of the department. This level is responsible for the implementation of plans and strategy developed by the top managers for the accomplishment of the organizational objectives. Most times they decide, but they also look for guidance and direction from the top management for strategy related issues. They act as linking pin between the higher level management and the lower level management. The lower level management, termed as tactical management or frontline executives, they are the people who are responsible for the performance of employees involved in the actual day-to-day operations. Tactical activity in the organization, they are designated as supervisors in a service setting or foremen in a manufacturing setting and are responsible to direct the employees in achieving the targets. They implement the operational plans developed by the middle managers and are responsible for taking corrective remedial action whenever needed. They take care of output variables like the number of units produced, labor cost, the inventory levels, quality control. They are directly involved in the daily operations activities of the organization, and the role is critical in the organization. They not only take part in creating and sustaining quality concerns, innovate new methods, but with the proximity to the actual work, they are expected to initiate new activities, new methods, new processes, and new ways of getting things done. Characteristics of a good manager. Management literature also evidences the characteristics of a good manager. In addition to the skills needed for an effective manager, organizational experience demonstrates a good number of successful managers and not so successful managers across the world. Successful or otherwise is attributed to the characteristics or traits that managers demonstrate in their functioning. It is therefore always heard in corporate circles that people leave organizations not because of the organization but because of their managers. When it comes to what are the traits that distinguish the good with not so good managers, literature and also experience does not provide a straight-jacketed, all-encompassing answer. A number of factors like the type, size, goals, strategy, team, location, along with a host of external factors like the COVID-19 in the current context, play a significant role in the organizational success, which impacts the managerial functioning. Successful managers, however, are characterized with the following traits. Understand the vision and communicating it. Every organization has a vision, mission, and goals that are explicitly spelled out in their vision document. The manager must have the ability to understand it and convey the same with clarity so that he is able to orient his team towards the achievement of the goals spelled out in the strategy document. Independent thinking and assuming responsibility. Managerial managerial functioning involves decision making within the given context and resources. The manager must act autonomously and independently to take decisions which meet the standards of the organization. His functioning should be such that he is able to influence and empower his team all the same, assume responsibility with the results for the results. Knowledge. Organizational functioning involves complex procedures, rules, and regulations, both external and internal, which the manager must comprehend in his functioning. Added to that, sound knowledge of the competition market, changes in the policy, technology, economic landscape is vital for success, for ensuring success. Thus, knowledge in terms of both the theory and practice of management assumes significance more so in the contemporary changing context, helping him to be in command of the goals of the organization and winning the trust of the team, taking the right decisions at the right time. Decisions are arrived at after going through a long process. It is important that the manager must take the right decisions at the right time, but he should also have the ability to understand the whole process in such a way that he can contribute in the decision in the design stage, looking at the alternatives and then take the decision so that it contributes to the process. Decision making function, especially taking the right decisions at the right time, makes the manager successful or otherwise, demonstrating leadership and motivating the team. A manager is also a leader of his team. As a leader of actions of the manager influence the actions of the team. On one hand, his actions contribute to building his relationship with the team and command him with the respect for his leadership traits. In getting things done, the manager uses his trait to influence, to inspire, to motivate, and towards the achievement of the goals of organization. Empathy. Empathy, in simple terms, relates to the art of knowing and understanding the feelings, needs, and interests, etc., of the team members and all those with whom the manager connects in his functioning to build a harmonious relationship. With organizational expectations from the employees increasing day to day, it becomes very important for the manager to empathize with the team and others in the achievement of the objectives of the organization. Conflict resolution. All organizational activity in the current context is team based and has no boundaries. It is but natural to have conflicts when a number of team work from different locations with different cultures driving them. Managers must have the ability to listen, understand, and comprehend the different opinions to handle the conflicts without losing balance and taking sides. Conflict resolution demands a calm, cool, objective approach from the manager to provide a solution and manage the stresses and strains of team as well. Emotional balance. Psychologists have earlier stressed on the intelligence question of the manager in the course of the managerial functioning research in psychology. However, put forth the importance of emotional balance of a manager as extremely important in handling the team and ever-changing, uncertain, volatile business environment. How do managers know whether they are good or not? Managers perform critical functions in an organization. Their role thus becomes significant, and the way they take upon their role assumes much more importance. But how do managers know whether they are doing it right or not? Interviews with managers revealed interesting facts of what they felt about their role. The interviews revealed the following. Manager 1. I was happy when I was promoted. I walked into my office with renewed enthusiasm. Although I did not know what was in store for me in the job, I did not have any idea about the management principles to be applied and did not give any thought to the approach method I should use in the new assignment. I went blank on everything I had on hand when I entered office to assume my new responsibility. Manager 2. When I was promoted, of course, it was a good news for me. After all, my effort paid off and was recognized. I held my head high and walked into my office amidst all the cheers from my peers. The thought that it was not just my work that mattered, but getting things done by the team bothered me suddenly. I imagined the way my manager struggled his way, though in his role. I ran out of ideas on how I can take care of the set targets for the team, not to think of the other responsibilities of the position staring at me. The managers who were promoted to the managers' positions revealed their utter ignorance in taking up the position of managers. The interviews speak volumes about their capability to take up the role of a manager based on their prior performance. Although they demonstrated their low confidence in taking up the responsibility, these are normally the hidden feelings of most new managers, irrespective of the department they belong to. The transition from their individual performance to the setting of targets, getting work done, which essentially revolved around all the functions of management, suddenly bothered them. The skills that they demonstrated earlier, based on which they were promoted, will not suffice for them in their new managerial position. Organizations would expect them to perform better as managers. Thus, the role they take upon themselves, along with the skills they possess, would determine their good managers or not. In addition, the role of a manager is changing fast and ever in the ever-changing, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous context, thus making the role of a manager much more significant in organizational context.